Oh, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. But we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And y'all know today is my favorite day of the week. And I just want to see who the first people going to be on the feed today. Let me see. Have it popped up yet? There, that ain't it yet. Let's make sure. Oh, I just popped up. Let's share the show. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, ain't nobody popped up yet. Let me see. Hold on, let me see. Where my people at? What's that? Hold on. I'm looking at some stuff. What's up, everybody? Let's see. Let me make sure I got. Come on, where my Robert Hatter at? Where we at? Where we at? Let me go. I'll wait. Maybe people just hadn't had time. Yeah, I know I'm on time. Y'all like to be late, but I'm on time. I left a few minutes. Owe y'all a couple of minutes today. Let me see. Let me come out of there and come in here. Let me check my. Um, Let me check. On time. I left a few minutes ago. Okay. I got some people. Some people there. Ain't nobody said nothing. Speak to me. Say something, y'all. Say something to me. Say something to me. Let's see. Let's see what I got over here. What I got over here. What I got over here. We got anything over here? What's up, baby? Oh, Thaddeus Moody is in the building. Thaddeus Moody is in the building. Thaddeus Moody is in the building. I see you, Thad. I'm just trying to find something, Thad, and it ain't popping up for me, man. Let me tell y'all something. Let me see. Somebody called me last night. I think they text me. Yeah, they text me. It was interesting. It was interesting. Oh, I'm just saying. I was just trying to find something. I'm here. What's up, Brandon Weefall? What's up, Alfio? Alfio, talk, man. Alfio, my people told me I got on you a little too hard yesterday, but because I didn't see the LOL. And guess what? But I still saw it, y'all. Oh no, I didn't. No, I didn't. I just saw something I was looking for, but it didn't pop back up. But I'm not gonna worry about it. I think I shared the show with everybody. Did everybody share the show? Did I share it on YouTube? Let me make sure I did. Because I want people. Cause some people say, "Well, Robert, I didn't get the notification, Robert." I see y'all. I see y'all. But it's Women Rock Wednesday, fellas. I can't say nothing to a woman pop up. I don't know what's wrong with these women these days, man. And I had something good for them today. Today, I had some. Uh, I had something for them today. I really, really did. But I got time. Let's see. Uh, mhm, mhm. Boy, I'm just seeing people. Um, but let me tell y'all something. I had that Shannon Sharp stories off today. That's what somebody called me about. Brandon Weefall. And Brandon, you know how I am, man. Y'all know I don't like to uh the demise of a guy that looks like me. Uh I don't y'all know I'm always taking up for people. Uh I'm gonna talk about that. I'm gonna talk about sinners. I'm gonna talk about everything. The Kane tell you, Robert, had a Ant-Man, Sant-Man back. Okay, Lakers in 5. Lakers in 5. You know what? I'm with the Lakers now. You weren't here yesterday. Chris Charles. I'm on the Lakers team. I don't want Anthony Edwards to win another game. Lakers in 5. I'm there. Matter of fact, I got one new. Black cheeks, white cheeks, $25,000 cheeks. Lakers in 5. How about that one? How about that? Lakers in 5. But I don't know where to go, y'all. I got so many ways I'm gonna go today. That is Moody said. I wonder if Rod Wells is in the Windy City following the Dodger blue. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm just waiting till a lady get on the feed. Brandon, you know, man, I'm a man. Come on, man. Chris Charles, you like that one, huh? Well, I said black cheeks, but black cheeks, white cheeks, $25,000 cheeks. Lakers in 5. What do y'all think? I know y'all want to be. What do y'all think about old Shannon Sharp? Cause y'all know I ain't gonna tear his head off. Y'all know I'm gonna try to out. See, I don't know. Y'all got to help me with this one. Y'all got to help me. I got so many topics to talk about today. Y'all got to get me. Ray 2K. Ray 2K. They want me to talk. A friend of mine from Atlanta, they called me last night and said, "Did y'all talk about the Shannon Sharp thing?" I said, we briefly. I said, but we're gonna talk about it a little bit more tomorrow. I can't wait. I'm setting my dial. I'm setting. Casey Small. I got a question for you. Is it worth me talking about? Should we talk about it? I just want to hear from y'all because the women ain't here yet. I'm waiting on the women because I got some stuff to tell them. Where the women at? Do me a favor. Text tag and call your women. Tell them to get on the show right now. Come on. I need some women. Let me see if any of them hiding, because they be hiding on the show sometime. And I let me see if any of them just sitting back here hiding. I need some women on here now because we finna talk about some subjects that I need some women to talk about. Cause y'all guys, man, I ain't messing with y'all. I ain't messing with y'all. That was yesterday. I need some women. Laura, okay, thank you, Laura. Laura, I need you, Laura. Laura, I need Laura. I need some help. Brandon, you say it's not worth talking about. Why? Tell me why. Give me a why, Brandon. I value. Tell me why. Because people has called me. Let me get you the text from a very brilliant person. They text me last night and said, Shannon Sharp. Robert, did you talk about it on your show? I said, yes, a little bit, but I have more to talk about tomorrow. I need to set my Chop Shop reminder. Shanquetta. Gina, not my girls here. Laura. Brandon said it ain't worth talking. See, Brandon, Brandon, we can get a message out of a mess. Brandon, we got young men growing up in this community. We got black, white, young women growing up in this community. They can get a lesson and a blessing from this mess. You already know I'm not going to talk about it in a salacious manner. I'm going to talk about it in a way that our next young man who get this opportunity, let's hope he don't make the same mistake. So Brandon, just tell me, Brandon Morris, tell me why it's not worth talking about. Shanquetta, I got a message last night from a friend of mine that happened to be a woman in Atlanta, and they texted me and said, Robert, Shannon Sharp, have you talked about it yet? D. Holcomb, talk to me. Because if y'all don't want to talk about it, if most of y'all don't want to talk about it, I want it. But I got to give a message on it But I ain't gonna. But if you watch this show long enough, Brandon, you should know that I'm gonna put a different twist on it. I'm gonna put a different twist. My name ain't Shannon Sharp. You think I'm gonna do to Shannon Sharp what he allowed? Watch this. What he allowed Cat Williams to do to everybody else? Come on. I'm not trying to get click. I'm not trying to get famous. I'm not trying to. No. I just want Shanquetta, Terrence Foley. If you could give Shannon Sharp a piece of advice, what would it be? Talk to me. Share the show. Women, Shanquetta, Gina, Laura. If you could give Shannon Sharp one piece of advice, just one, what would it be? What would it be? Ladies and gentlemen, in case you're up on the rock and don't know what's happening, Shannon Sharp has been accused. Let me see what he's been accused of. Let me see what he's been accused of. Let me give the right terminology. We don't have enough of the facts to discuss it, and I'm agreeing it's a mess. Yes, we do have enough. We have enough. We have enough. We have enough to talk about. Brandon, let me show you why you have enough. Brandon, let me give it to you right now. Brandon, I love you, son. Let me show you why we have enough, Brandon. Brandon, you know Robert Howard won't have something for you. This is why we have enough.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Buzbee, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Buzbee targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Buzbee want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys. Thanks.
Brandon, we might not have all the facts. We might not have enough facts, but something happened. Now, Sterling Creeks, you can talk. I love that, Shanquetta. Shanquetta said, I don't even know how to feel about it. I love that. Brandon, something happened. I don't know where to go. Y'all don't understand. Brandon, I need some more women on here too. I need some more women. Y'all know I love the women. Somebody told me, y'all share the show before the message comes. Brandon, you know I got something for you, Brandon. 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 Corey Holcomb, a comedian, he said he doesn't believe that Shannon Sharp assault case. The girl got a sexual assault case against Shannon Sharp. He don't believe it. He said he believes it's a publicity stunt to get his ratings up. He said he won't believe it until ESPN fires him. Y'all got to understand, ESPN is Disney. The mouse. Brandon, Brandon. It's so odd, Gina, Laura, Shanquetta, that a guy on his platform, Club Shay Shay, catapulted to stardom because he allowed Cat Williams to come on his show and talk about everybody's business on his show. And now, Brandon, he's in a situation where, and you don't want us to talk about it, just because they had consensual sex doesn't mean he's never taken it without her consent. It could be a money grab, but two things can be true at the same time. Yeah, because it wasn't but two people in the same room. We'll never know. And ladies and gentlemen, the reason people civically try these cases because criminally it's hard to prove. But in civil court, you don't have the burden of proof. So that's why people go to civil court so they can get money. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, I ain't professing I'm perfect, but I don't have an OnlyFans account. I didn't understand. The first time I ever heard of a OnlyFans, my son told me one time, Dad, so-and-so is on OnlyFans. I said, what the hell? This is years ago. And it's a young girl that's in our community that I know, and I know her parents. And explaining to me what she was doing. I said, what you? He said, no, I mean, people sending me stuff that she, and I said, okay. So OnlyFans is a place where people can do stuff. I mean, they made millionaires out of a lot of girls. So he go, out of all the women in the world, you done went through an NFL career, no incidents like this, no reported incidents, because if you've been doing this, and the way you talking to this girl, Shannon, because we got the taste of you talking to the girl. And I really don't, it's Women Rock Wednesday. That's why I'm having a problem with this. And Malcolm thinks she's after the bag. What then if she after the bag? OnlyFans mean you're after the bag. So why is you messing with an OnlyFans girl? OnlyFans girls are after the bag. So Shannon, where's your responsibility? See, I'm talking to my young people out there, Lafayette, let me know when when my kids get in class. Don't let your talent take you somewhere that your character can't keep you. Sometimes you might not need to go to Hollywood because you can't handle the trappings of Hollywood. You stay your little ass back in Fifth Ward, in Third Ward. Your talent, don't let your talent take you somewhere that your character can't keep you. Man, Kevin Freidman get on the feed here. I'll never forget. I had a birthday party, and this is me. I'm not famous. I had a birthday party, but I was smart enough because I invited all my clients and all my friends in the sports industry to my birthday party. What happened? a year before at my pool party, Shannon Sharp, at a pool party, had a great time. I mean, when I tell you, I thought everybody had a great time. But some people came to my office the next day, a guy and two girls, telling me some things that happened at my party that I was not aware of. Shanquetta, I like that, but Shanquetta, but I'm finna just tell you how this stuff works, Shanquetta. How I'm thinking as a young man. So they came to my office. I said, okay, take them in the room, in the conference room. So we in the conference room talking. I said, well, what happened? Well, we was at your party. I said, how you find out it was me? We talked, we asked around, and then we found out what company you work for, and we, got the address, and that's why we're here. I said, okay. I said, what happened? Well, these guys kept throwing me and my friends in the water, uh, and my purse and makeup and everything that was inside the purse and messed up everything. Uh, and we got expensive purses and whatever. Yeah, it's okay. I said, now what's yours? Well, somebody gave what you call it, a bikini contest, and I won, and nobody paid me my money. I said, did I throw you in the water? Young lady, she said, no. I said, did you see me at the party? I said, yeah. I said, young lady, did I orchestrate this bikini contest? She said, no. Was I watching the beat? She said, no. I said, well, why y'all coming to talk to me? Why? Because it was your party. So then, you know what I did? What we owe you? How much your purse was? How much your friend purse? The next time I gave a party, Kevin Freidman came to it. He probably the only one on his feet he came to it. He said he couldn't believe it. I had everybody who walked their butt in there. They had to stand in line and sign a non-disclosure. You couldn't hold me or my clients friends or anybody in that party for anything that happens to you in this party. Anything you get through, nothing you can try. It was ironclad. But you had to stand there and sign it, or you could get it. The party was free. I didn't charge nobody. The party was free. But I learned I am not about the people. They wasn't after me. They was after these guys that I represent. Shannon, Dave, them girls ain't thinking about your big, black, ugly ass. You getting a certain amount of action you never got before in your life. I've seen you places, bro. You ain't, it's evidence you don't have no game. And what I'm trying to tell young men, I ain't telling y'all the truth. First of all, Brandon, you said we don't have proof, right? Brandon, hold up, Brandon, watch this, Brandon. What Brandon?
You're just gonna like get mad at and you're just gonna hang up on me, so I feel like
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
what does that even mean?
Nothing, Gabby. You want to be a dick to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, mercy. If you say that one more time, I will.
This sounds like a little baby. Can you listen to this little girl? This is a little girl.
Choke out of you when I see you.
I'm going to choke the Man, if I know you said that to my daughter, let me keep going.
Thank you.
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do.
I got another one, but to all you people talking about these women nowadays want money, what else can this old ass, what else can he give her? Ain't no damn AI. Shannon Sharp talk.
Well, you're coming to LA tomorrow.
Y'all got to understand, it's the same Shannon Sharp who cussed out every Memphis Grizzlies finna come out. He gonna whoop everybody. Come on, man. Let me show.
Well, you're coming to LA tomorrow.
Yes.
And you're right. This could be AI.
Well, I don't know why you want to go out.
Hold up. Even Shannon said you didn't. Shannon said, Tony Buzzer, you ain't gonna release but a certain amount of the tape. Why don't we release the whole tape? That 10 minutes must be a hell of. But let me keep going. I guess that's AI too.
Well, okay.
Okay, what?
Well, I'm not really interested in getting choked, so I guess we're going.
Yeah. I might choke you in public. Big black guy choke small white woman.
It's not a good look, Shannon.
Not a good look.
What can I tell my young women? What can I tell my young men? If you could give Shannon Sharp one piece of advice, what would it be? Some of y'all said something earlier. Somebody said, no, it's everybody, not just the women. Stay in your age bracket. It's not necessary, just, yeah, but you shouldn't be messing with that little baby, man. No. Oh, didn't but one person said? Anybody got any advice to give it? Brandon said we can all see it's a money grab, but he shouldn't have put himself in this position. Absolutely. Man, all these folks want money. If this girl on OnlyFans taking off or whatever they do on OnlyFans, so she would do anything for money. Like Anthony Edwards go have unprotected sex with a Instagram model. He met on Instagram and have a baby by her. She had a baby. He said he don't want to have nothing to do with the baby. I'm going to pay you all 18 years up front. I don't never want to have nothing to do with the baby. Yep, they better start having people start signing paperwork up front. Let's go. Let me keep going. I'm going to see if anybody said something that I'm thinking. Date women your own age. Women your own age, they crazy too. So that ain't it. I ain't gonna do that. That ain't no advice. Women your own age, they crazy too. We shouldn't be dating no babies. The fact that he's going after her so hard in the gym is asinine itself. You're in LA. There are plenty of white women that will consent to take it. Be mindful of what you do. I like that. I would tell him to try dating women that are closer to his age and stay away from internet. Stay away from internet people. You know, it's some people, and I didn't realize that a lot of people uh, date online. I mean, online dating, and they say they got something called Facebook match, something like that. Somebody was just telling me this the other day. The man said Lakers and fire. There are lots of young women said you have to pay before you talk to them. Wow. I would. Okay. Let me give you some of the comments I saw. Can I get some of the comments that how do you tell a grown man with money to make better decisions? That's the question. He said, somebody said, grow TF up, old man. This is embarrassing. You should be successful, settled, relaxed. These continued unforced errors says a lot about you. Stop and grow up. Then somebody said, don't pull the black card now. You never use it in past situations. Y'all got to remember, this is the one who had the leaked Instagram thing. And I know I go to Instagram right now and try to go live. First of all, I had to go to the app. Then I had to go, how you go live? Then you got to push the plus. Now, then you have to go down here and say whether or not you want to go live. And now I had to hit a button and say I'm going live. That's a whole lot to do when they tell me you didn't know what was going on, Shannon Sharp. Matt Shue said maybe he should spend time with me playing golf. Yes, we ain't having no problems like that on the golf course. That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay. Hold on. Well, Anthony Edwards said he gonna pay it. Forget what the chick said, Herb. Anthony Edwards said, how much is it? For 18 months, $5,000 a month? I'm paying it all up front. He said that. And you talking about what the girl said. What the girl said. I bet you got it off of social media. Boy, y'all kill. But somebody else said, stay off OnlyFans. Dr. 3, somebody said, vet the women better. Take the time to see if a woman is mature enough and has something to lose. I like that one. All I'm getting, y'all, if y'all had any information, if you just tune on, can you, if you have some information to give to Shannon Sharp, because we're gonna give it out to the world. Y'all, somebody on this feed, Harold Tillman might get famous tomorrow. We need to help Harold Tillman. Curtis George might get famous tomorrow. Lionel Rogers might get famous tomorrow. Man, y'all, Shannon Sharp was just regular until Cat Williams. Do y'all realize he had just a regular show just like this until Cat Williams stayed on the show, came on the show. Shannon, get you a young woman, but a lady. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with getting a young woman now. Don't get that right. Yeah, you're right. There was a baby talking there. Come on, dude, get some game. Okay. When dating women of certain type, you gotta know you have to pay them. Yo, he met her on OnlyFans. Let's understand OnlyFans. Go look it up if you don't know what it is. Shay needs to stay off the edibles cause it's clearly affecting his judgment. Huh, I didn't know he take edibles. My grandfather always told me the woman got a Hannah way out, she's not for you. The woman's got her hand out, she's not for you. Oh, okay. Come on, Malcolm. Pay for play. Stop it. Okay. I wish I could say what I want to say. I can't. But if any of y'all see me in public and just us around, I got something to tell y'all about this. If you listen to her word choices, she's manipulating Shannon in the conversation. Absolutely, Norris. I believe he was set up when he met her at the gym. Date women that have just as much to lose as you, financially, socially. Okay. Y'all know Samson had Delilah. Y'all know David had Bathsheba. David had everything. Had everything. Had any wife he wanted. He wanted that man's wife. So this has been going on since the end of time. I'm just trying to help our young people. This y'all, I'm not talking to you all grown ass, old ass dudes. I can't help y'all. Y'all gonna do what y'all want to do. But I'm talking to our next generation, man. Shannon Sharp was just had a show like this on YouTube. And wasn't nobody bothered him. Cat Williams came on the show and he took off like a rocket. Everybody can't accept that. He's a Hall of Famer, yes, but he's a football player. Football players don't get as much action as basketball players or baseball players. They get action, but not as much action. Somebody said they should tell him, he said, no more losers in 2025. He got to get past this first. Get everything in writing to keep the videos. But if you got to be around a woman like that, I don't care if he met her at the gym. The OnlyFans thing got me. Stop it, man. Stop it, Herb. Leave it. Stop it, Herb. Sounds like he's been going through Deshaun's. Y'all leave Deshaun Watson. He about to get married. You leave him alone. He done turn over a new leaf. He done turn over a new face towel. Herb. Somebody said he need to shut up. Then somebody said, don't put yourself in a position where you have to have a video and sign a contract. I don't want to hear that one. That one too sacrilegious. I don't want to hear that. Somebody said, don't give him nothing, Robert. Don't tell him nothing. He's already been advised, and as has all black people. I can't tell him nothing. He hasn't already heard. That's why I'm saying I ain't talking to you grown folks. I'm talking to the young people. Somebody said, stop doing these phony apologies. That's not a smart person in this world that would expect anything else from an OnlyFans chick who is 40 years younger than you. Somebody said all the beautiful Black, Hispanic, Latino, Asian, Polynesian women here. Why be with a young snow bunny? Have you not seen what Black men with money, fame, recognition go through with young women looking for an easy payday? These comments. I'm not saying other races don't do it, but why? Yes, I agree, but men have to identify when they're being played. But if you a trick, you just a trick. No, it's David. If you're Mark, you're Mark. Shanquetta said, I do agree that he needs to be quiet. I think he's doing more harm than good. He's trying to use the Jay-Z play. He ain't Jay-Z. You right. He said, man, Shannon Sharp's lame. He got money, and that's when the women stop. I think I just said, thank you, Father. He don't want women his age that are established because they're not impressed with his status. Somebody said, it's a black woman I know. She said, don't ask me about no Shannon Sharp. It's a comment. He's a lonely widow. Just know, Shannon, we don't give a F. We don't sleep you sleep in the bed you made. Stop with these sob videos and memes. We don't give a F. You too big in age for us to even have this discussion, like Brandon said. Oh, yo, did y'all hear some of the stuff that he was saying? Did y'all hear? And then he come on here and talk about Tony Buzzard targets black men. Aren't you targeting white women? You stop it, Herb. Herb, man, we finna censor you, man. Go back to show that Ocho tried to introduce him to a doctor. He didn't want no part. No. I got something. Here you go. Here y'all go. Here y'all go right here. And I've been waiting. I've been waiting. To share the show. I want somebody to hear this. He got it from his own show. And he didn't listen. Watch this.
This dating thing. Because it's Mo is different now than when you and I.
It's different, baby. I'm grateful I'm not 56 and trying.
Are you trying to say that? What you trying to say?
I'm looking right at you. I ain't backing down. You better take your old ass and get somebody to love you.
Damn, Mo.
Now I'm looking right at you. Let me tell y'all what Shannon needs.
Let me
tell you what my baby needs. He needs him an old fat gal who can bake good cakes, make some smothered turkey wings, who's gonna rub his feet at the nighttime, okay, and gonna have a sip of his cognac to make him feel better about himself when he come home at night. That's what Shannon needs. You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl. Nigga, this is your auntie talking to you. Take your old ass and get you an old bitch out there that can love you old. You trying to hang out with these young bitches and you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it. When they want you to go for the fourth round, you looking at her like, bitch, listen, you want some money to go to Starbucks? Because I can't go no further. But if you get your older girl, when you get to that fourth round, she's going to say, hold on. Let me go get you some eggs and cheese and some toast with apple butter, because that's going to get your energy back up. I'm talking right to you. Shit. So he thought I was going to be scared.
That's it. Right there. That's it. That's it. I don't know about old and fat now, but that's it. But y'all, and Paul Miranda mentioned it. Y'all, I just don't, I'm just, I've seen this stuff so much. Stuff that I can't tell you about. Stuff that I had to prevent. All these athletes make the same mistakes. But they got to have somebody around them that's got some game enough to get them out of it. It's a lot of mistakes being made out there. These college athletes, they make mistakes. Think they're going to make some in the pros. It's some mistakes being made right now. But somebody got to them and kept it quiet. My thing is, young fella, I can't tell you no magic wand. But me, I would just say try to catch up to your kind, whatever kind that you are. Shannon, if that's your kind, that's what you done caught up with. I hope that don't go over some people's head. I'm trying to catch up with my kind. And it's so unique, man. Sitting up here thinking about this guy. And some people think it's a publicity stunt. See, I think he's having an identity crisis. He clearly wants to dominate women. Yeah. Because he's never had access to this type of woman. Oh, I like that, Shanquetta. Oh, Shanquetta, in my 30 years in this business, that's absolutely correct right there. Y'all got to realize some of these dudes that's rich and famous, like Tyreek, what's the boy name? Tyreek the cheater, Tyreek, what his name? Tyreek, what's the fast dude? Tyreek Hill. Them dudes ain't never, they were socially awkward. They didn't know how to get a woman. That's why I'm not too hard on them. But ladies and gentlemen, Paul Miranda mentioned it, and I'm gonna get back to that. We're gonna get back to that. But I keep hearing this theme, women. This Women Rock Wednesday, right? But if you're a person who has any consciousness whatsoever, get to the theater and see Sinners. But let me tell you, you have to bring, but you have to bring, you must bring knowledge of cultural and knowledge of history for you to get the fullness of this film. I'm gonna tie this to what we're talking about. I'm gonna tie this film. I went to see it last night. I left this film feeling sad that most people won't get it. I'm talking about Sinners behind me. The fact that Ryan Coogler, he went there anyway, I'm grateful that I lived long enough to change how I perceive people. I'm grateful that I've lived and I've loved and I've lived long enough to change how I perceive people. I've been guilty of judging people for how they present themselves. I've been guilty. I've been prejudging. I've been prejudiced. If you open your mouth and you sound a certain type of way, you might not be worthy of my time. That's wrong. Till I went abroad. I didn't learn this until I went abroad. I went to France and I wasn't as good as France in French. And the people get nasty to you when you don't speak their language. So I had to learn some things. Being on this show and on this platform, being able to talk to people in all works of life, it trained my ear to sift through an accent or a split infinitive. Y'all gotta understand, sometimes I'm going to split an infinitive. I'm going to subject and verb and non verb non-agree on these airways sometimes. And I dare you to challenge me. But words are the most primitive way that we can convey our hearts and our minds. And that's what we're doing right now when we're talking about uh, the Shannon Sharp situation. I'm listening to all y'all. All y'all got difference. Curtis George talking about Zion Williams. Y'all got to realize, especially words that have been stuck in our psyche. Y'all got to realize this English language, this car crash of a language that we use, just because we got captured and took over here, it's not the most evolved way of communicating. When you go abroad, when you go to Africa, when you go to places, you understand. It just really isn't. If you listen to Ryan Coogler, you can say, how did this happen? When I listened to him, I said, so I'm asking, how can he understand what he be saying? Because he's going to slur through some words. He's going to be Oakland. I know. But I'm thinking about this guy, man, when I first talked to him, because he's going to be Oakland. But then I went and studied. His mother is a community organizer. Because I'm wondering how this dude's doing this great stuff. And he talked like this. To know a man, look at his history. Not his story, not the story he's telling you. Just look at what he's actually done. But his mother is a community organizer to this day. His mother, Jocelyn, and his dad, Ira Kugler, he's a juvenile, probation counselor. Ryan actually worked with his dad at the same facility in San Francisco, a juvenile hall, with his dad when he was 21 years old. He did that through college and after college. So I was watching this movie last night. When I walked out this movie last night, I had something to tell y'all. I didn't have this until I walked out of this movie last night. Movie blew me away. I'm sitting there, a guy who went, because I don't like scary movies. I just don't like them. But I didn't care. I was at the edge of my seat because this movie ain't scary. I had my phone just taking notes of the things you have to be. Remember what I said in the beginning? Remember I said in the beginning, when you go see this movie, you must bring a knowledge of culture, a knowledge of history for you to get the full realm of this film. But then I think about this young man, Ryan Coogler, and his mom, his dad, right? So you have to be first grounded as a person from where you come from. Mother's a community organizer, which means she's out there in them streets with the people. His dad is dealing with the most pained in our community, our young people in juvenile hall. People don't understand them, going through the juvenile system, coming with a trauma that you can't even imagine. This is his dad's career. See, I just didn't enjoy the movie. I had to think about the young man who wrote the movie. See, I want to be entertained, but I want to understand. That's why I do this show the way I do it. This is devotion, his daddy, with them young kids in juvenile. And then Ryan is going to follow in his footsteps. And math, he mastered math and science. He was a math and science whiz in high school. He ends up going to college on a football scholarship, but could have had an academic scholarship. I keep telling y'all around here, man, you gotta play football. Man, you gotta play football. Man, you gotta play basketball. Man, you gotta be on this team. You gotta be, man, you gotta go. You gotta get you some NIL. Ryan Coogler invented his own damn NIL. Don't tell the movie, Paul Miranda. Paul Miranda. Don't tell the movie. People haven't seen it. Don't tell the movie. Have y'all noticed I'm not telling the movie? I'm telling you the guy who made the movie. Some people don't want to know the whole thing of the movie. We got to be where we can explain something to somebody and still make them want to go see this movie without telling them the movie. But y'all got to realize, he ends up with a college football scholarship. He was a stellar athlete, which also tells me there's, you know how we put people in boxes so we can feel good about ourselves. That's just that internet show. So you can feel good about yourself. We like to put people in boxes so we can feel better about ourselves. That's why I tell these kids it's unlimited what you can do. That's why I said, go do it. I'm going to support everything that everybody do on this show. That's why I can't get mad when if the summer basketball coach who done put all his money and his time into these players and he get a windfall from the player and he go buy him a car. Buy you a car, brother. Let's quit putting people in boxes. How we treat people is a reflection of how we see ourselves. And if you can put somebody in a box, that means you do not. Your group as a lot, you're living your life small. That's why I said, don't tell your big ideas to people with small minds. They're gonna put you in the box. Oh man, that's just half of you. Oh, that's just that little school they starting out there on the north side. Now the Legacy School of Sports and Sciences, it's 7 or 8 years running. But it's just that little school out there. We put it in a box. We put some people, if you can only meet a person and they are regulated to some place away from you so that you can feel better, a little bit better about yourself, then you're really small. See, we put people in boxes because what? We live in boxes. Paul Miranda. Carrie Brown didn't let nobody put her in a box. Alfio didn't let nobody put him in a box. PJ Kuzma didn't let nobody put him in a box. Congratulations to him going off to be assistant coach at Wichita State. They were so important to me. I drove way out there just to see what was going on. Took a player out there. We're hoping the player saw what I saw, but the player didn't see what I saw. But I think about this sometimes. Y'all got to realize I thought about this after coming out to the movie last night. And we want to be in our boxes, so we want to drag everybody else in the box with us. I'm not like you. You're not like me. And it keeps us from having to believe that that person can ever be anything else. My young people at the Legacy School, you can be anything. Don't you let nobody put you in no box. They even try to put God in a box. Well, anytime they need him, Pop go to the wheel, ball, Pop, he gonna pop out of the box and help you. They try to put God in the box. We can deal with them, y'all, from the way the rest. We can deal with people for the rest of our lives like that. If that's how you believe that they supposed to be, that's how you're going to deal with them. And that is what a box is for. Like the same way, like I told you, we put God in a box. Y'all, it makes sense that Ryan Coogler, they tried to put him in a box. But it makes sense that Ryan Coogler was an athlete. Ladies and gentlemen, he's an athlete. Y'all, if he don't hurt his hands, he had a chance. He was that good. He was more than an athlete, though. Man, I hope I'm talking to some kid out here, man. Paul Miranda, this is something you need to talk about on your show sometime. He was an athlete. That means he knew the politics of the body. And someone who knows the politics of the body, plus someone who comes from a father who had lived a lifetime of studying the structure of systems, the juvenile systems. When you put those two together, you get genius. And playing on a team, that's why I encourage people to play on teams. Understand that everybody has a role. Football in particular, basketball, you can have a little bit of one-on-one-ish. You got the Michael Jordan, you got the LeBron James, but you still got 4 other teammates to help you get you a championship. You can drop 63 on Boston in the Boston Garden. You can have score 80 like Kobe in a game. But in a football team, you're the wide receiver. Somebody got to throw you the ball, Alfio. You're the quarterback. That means you either have to hand it off, you got to throw it to somebody. They got to be able to make a play for you. Somebody has got to block for you. Post Shedeur Sanders. 11 players that all need to depend on each other to get to the end zone, which is the goal. We all need each other. That's why I don't like all this bickering back and forth with each other. Summer basketball, we all need each other. Man, this rain coming down. Oh my God. It's rain coming down over here. I don't know about y'all. Hope everybody stay safe. And let me tell y'all something, my young people out there. You might not win every game. You're going to lose some games. You got to learn how to lose, man. Then you got to come back and learn how to fix and adjust. There's nobody that's going to go undefeated every season. But this who Ryan Coogler is. He's friends with Marshawn Lynch, son of Oakland, son of a community organizer, son of a juvenile probation officer. But let me tell y'all something. when I was walking out that film last night, and I saw how he reverenced women. He's in college. He falls in love with writing, screenwriting, creative writing, filmmaking. After graduating, he was accepted to this highly competitive 3-year master's program at USC, the School of Cinematic Arts. But before he got there, he needed to practice on this program. And he couldn't afford this program, this software. And I need this to be the center of this conversation today. Because it's not about sinners. This is about how each of us evolve and become the thing that all of us here to be a thing. We want to be something. So whatever the thing is you want to be, Paul Miranda, I want you to be it. Whatever the thing you want to be, Malcolm Hall, I want you to be it. But you're going to need help. He didn't have the money. But it's also how you receive the help and how you are in community. It's almost, I almost want to go back and watch this movie again right now. Because there's a couple of things that I think I missed. I'm not going to give it away, but one of the things that Ryan Coogler is teaching in this movie is that if you sever parts of your tradition, you lose. Wow. If you have to understand the fullness of the tradition of what Black people have done culturally to really understand how Black people have the will to survive in this country with what's going on. It won't be one part of the tradition. It won't be a piece of the tradition. You have to understand the entire tradition. This man is not even 40 years old. And I wasn't going to bring all this up today until I saw something Shanquetta said. This man is not even 40 years old. But somehow, our ancestors are speaking through him in this movie. Y'all got to remember, before he even gets to, through his first film, 2013, I think, he was struggling with a program. He got to figure it out because that's how you make film. He needed a particular software, so he mentioned it to his girlfriend at the time. Watch this, y'all. Please let me have this. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. Let me see. Where he at? Right here.
And I remember sharing it with my girlfriend at the time, who's now here, Zenzi Evans, my wife. And I said, hey man, this teacher thinks I should write screenplays. Maybe it's something there. She says, well, how do you do it? How do you write them? And I said, well, it's this software called Final Draft. At that time it was like $300. This is 2003. We were both student athletes, meaning we were flat broke. And she kind of said, oh, okay, Final Draft. And one day she surprised me. I still don't know how she did it, but she bought it for me as a gift, and I'll be forever grateful to her for that. But that became like my start as this idea of writing for movies as a hobby, and this thought that maybe one day I could. And I remember sharing.
His teacher realized something in him. All you educators on there, Alpha, once some kid in that class, you're gonna realize something in him or her, and drove him to say, okay, I want to do this, but guess what? I don't have the money to do it. Teacher saw something in him and advised him to go into filmmaking. And he have a discussion with someone that he loved, that is now his wife, Zenzi Evans. They just have a conversation, and the next thing you know, she go gets the program for him. He don't know how she did it because they're both struggling student athletes. But she found a way to give this man what he needed. I see, watching that film last night, I see how Ryan Coogler loves his mama and loves his wife through the way he depicts women in every single film that he's had so far. Right down to Creed's mama, it was, well, her name Felicia Rashad in Creed. Every woman, it's Women Rock Wednesday, ain't it? Every woman that this man put in his directorial vision. See, if Shannon Sharp knew the vision, knew the purpose of a woman, he wouldn't be in this position right now. If he knew the purpose of a woman. Every woman that this man partakes in his directorial vision, every woman is sensual, beautiful, smart, deft, and complicated. Just fullness. He loves his mama and he loves that woman. And it's clear in the movies he does. But it's important. Gentlemen, my young men, women are the most precious thing on earth, especially a black woman. All the stuff she had to go through, look at your history. People just taking her baby away from her and selling them off. See, one thing I know, 5 sisters and a mother. It's important. Black women stay clear on the mission. See, I always walk a tightrope on these airways because I understand the fragile nature of people's psyche and spirit when a man talking about a woman so positive. You know, because some guys, you know, they think Kamala Harris is a hoe. When I walked out of that theater, I said, we are so close. Y'all got to go see this movie. And all of the movies, Ryan Coogler, he is saying the salvation of black people is in a ways that I need black men to slow your roll. And you have to pause and just close your eyes for a minute and get clear about the salvific nature of black women to black people. Watch the voting. Watch the people that got black women try to save. They try to save they got this salvation nature. Black women on a call. Kamala Harris, Joe Biden step back. They got to work. Put on the most massive 100-day campaign in political history. And to miss this is to agree upon the death sentence of black people. We got to understand these girls. I'm going to take black men. It's going to take black men and women together. And not black men leading all the time, man. No. We got to be clear. Black men. Black women seem to be clear about the necessity of us. We got to get clear on the necessity of them. If Shannon knew the necessity of a black woman, the necessity. I need her. It's us black men, and I'm one that seems to be forgetting. Ladies and gentlemen, there's some scenes happening in that movie last night that if it wasn't for the black woman, all of them would have been gone. She said, whoa, because the men didn't see it. Man, I walked out, man, y'all don't understand. I walked out of there saying, we're so close. If we can just figure it out. Black men, we birth things. We don't have a womb, but we birth things also. We give life to things too. I hear some people criticizing the movie. I heard some people talk about the movie this and all that. I ain't for to hear that today. That movie to me, it sets a course correct. You know why? Because we've been told all our life that the blues is the devil music. We've been told all our life that our music is the devil music. And it causes people to sin. Our music is the pathway to destruction. We have been told that we are the lowest of low. We're bad. We're the children of Ham. But y'all, it's the opposite. I don't want to flip it because this is the other thing that Ryan did in the movie. I don't want to live in a world where I feel that other groups are less than me. I don't want to be in a situation in summer basketball with somebody less than me. No, that's why I try to help everybody. I don't want, when we rise as a people and succeed, everybody wins. We are the rising tide. But back to this Ryan Coogler kid, man. Fruitvale Station was his very first film, 2013. It chronicled 24 hours of Oscar Grant, the young kid. I don't know why he picked this film, but it was a 22-year-old young man who was killed by police officers on the BART, the Bay Area Rapid Transit in Oakland. I wrote that thing before, just to write it. One of the first dominoes of police shootings of unarmed black men. Yo, this why when I walk out this movie, this is what I'm thinking about. One of the and that happened in 2009. But he told the story of and Michael B. Jordan was the star then. They had a $900,000 budget and it grossed $17 million. Numbers matter. That's why I tell you to share the show. Hit the like button. Numbers matter. Ask Shannon Sharp. Cat Williams, numbers matter. Ask Target right now. Numbers matter. So I tell you to share this show. Then Creed was his next movie. Huge film with Sylvester Stallone. But what he did in that movie, Creed was really nasty. It kind of snatched the Rocky myth and put Apollo Creed in his rightful place with his legacy through his son. Did y'all get that out of that movie? Gross 173 million worldwide. And then comes Black Panther, 2018. To create a world that doesn't even exist. All of the different tribes and the different garbs, and as a black person, I've never seen anything like that. Be able to feel something like that. Most of us went to see it 2 or 3 times. I know I did. But that wasn't it. Black Panther, what, $1.3 billion worldwide. Chadwick Boseman, Killmonger. Guess who played Killmonger? Michael B. Jordan. They used to have this thing talking about black movies don't sell overseas. That was a lie. What happens when we all know it's a lie? Then he has ownership deal in place on this film. And people's in an uproar about it. After a certain amount, 25 years, all the rights go back to him. Then he told him, look, pay me up front. Usually the movie, when they put up the money for the movie, the studio recoup back, then they pay you up. He said, no, I want my money up front. And I want complete final say. I don't want you coming after my movie and then you tell me, no, I got complete final say. He figured out, y'all, that the applause of white supremacy makes no sound. Think about this. And I'm going to end with this. This was a film about black people fighting racism to have ownership in the backdrop. I just told you he's going to own the film later of the quote unquote horror movie, which is horror. When people ask me, is it scary? Get what I ask. Is racism scary? Then it's a scary movie. But I want y'all to, when y'all go into that and watch that movie, I want y'all to go through it, watch that movie in a different light. And something else I want y'all to do tonight if y'all want to get out in the rain. If you ain't going to the Rockets game, I want y'all to join us at the U of H basketball program. We'd love to have you attend their Final Four celebration. Okay? Final Four. Wednesday tonight at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Free admission, free garage parking at the Fertitta Center tonight. I repeat, U of H basketball. All you U of H, Michael Garcia, I can't believe you should be the first one in the building. All you U of H fans, they just celebrating their Final Four run, which don't before colleges get it, 363 of them, and don't before colleges make it to the Final Four. And guess what? They're celebrating. So they was one of the four. Shout out to Coach Sampson and that staff, Bilal Badley, and the whole crew over there. And shout out to Aquinas White. Aquinas White is on to the next one. Got his own program now. Man, I like to see stuff like that. I like to see when coaches get out and go, just go get some things done like that. But tonight, basketball games tonight. Let me see what we got. And well, let me give you last night first, because we got Eric B in the building. Let me give you what happened last night. The Bucks lost again to the Pacers, so they down 0-2. They going home, so the series don't start until somebody lose at home. The Grizzlies lost to the Thunder again. They down 0-2, but they got to go back to Memphis, to the grindhouse. And the Timberwolves, the Lakers finally won a game. But that series has started because what? The Lakers lost at home, so they got to go. And I'm going to tell y'all, I really want the Lakers to win. I don't want Anthony Edwards to win. I'm going to tell you why, ladies and gentlemen. And see, I'm not a fan. I don't care. If you ain't right, you ain't right. But Anthony Edwards, your behavior is disgusting. You might be a tremendous basketball player. You might possibly turn out to be, consistent All-NBA. You might turn out to be the MVP 1 year. But you can never be the face of this league. And I know you say you don't want to, but you can never be, because you have a disgusting demeanor. What you did in that game the other night in full view of fans and TV cameras and people with phones was disgusting. All the things that you have done so far this season, cussing on interviews, and all of that, then they let it go, but I didn't. They talking about you're young. I ain't worried about where he's shooting the ball. But you know what? What you did the other day, man. These kids look up to you, Doc, as a possible face of the league. It was disgusting. You got to grow up, man. You can't keep doing this, man. You can't keep making excuses. They can't keep making it. Wrong. They say he's a great teammate. You might be a great teammate of people you're in the locker room with. But what you did the other day, I'm going to say it again, is disgusting. And a grown man shouldn't be doing what he did in field view like that. Grow up, dude. The NBA tried to make you and Ja Morant great. And y'all just flushing it down the toilet. Let me give you some. So y'all don't think I'm just... He's been fined by the league 300. Google it, Paul. $370,000 worth this season for multiple incidents. $50,000 for an obscene gesture toward a fan. $35 for throwing the ball into the stands. $50,000 for obscene gesture toward an official. $100,000 for using profane language on TV, live TV. $75,000 for criticizing officials and using inappropriate language. $25,000 for profane language during a media session. And $35,000 for an obscene gesture. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna show it again, because this just don't make no sense.
We got 200 million. We got 200 million. We got 200 million. Hey, you suck. We got 300 million. 300 million. Oh, what? Let's go, man.
I just want to let that sit there for a second without me even saying anything about it. I'll say it once. I'll say it again. Our young people today are our future messengers of our society. So it's our responsibility to ensure that they have the appropriate message, because if they do not, Anthony Edwards, then their message and their action will adversely affect our present, future, and even the lives of our young ones, our loved ones, when we have gone and met our demise. So it's imperative that we stop turning a blind eye to our youth, both at risk and not at risk. Our responsibility may begin in our home, but that's not where it stops. Michael Conley, who's in that dressing room listening to this ignorant little ass boy? Ladies and gentlemen, it's good to have your best runners on base, but you better be damn sure your worst batter ain't stepping up the plate to bring them in. We getting all these young kids on base, but then we have a guy like Anthony Edwards, if he got the batters in. When the cost of maintenance begin to exceed the quality of the performance, it's time to trade it in. And I'm not just talking about cars. I'm talking about people too. The only thing you can think that you got 200 million, Rudy got 200 million, that would define you. And tell somebody that. And see, ladies and gentlemen, just when you think sense is common, somebody will come along and show you that it's rather rare, at least in their case. See me, I tell people all the time, they be like, I don't have a lot of sense because I've been using it. Some people, some people want to be seen and heard, so they act out to achieve that result. And the man tweeted out, Anthony Edwards tweeted out, just send the invoice. And see these people all around him. Do we have friends? And if you do have a friend, let me tell y'all something about friends. A friend isn't something that you are simply called. Instead, it's something that you have to be. It's a noun. It's an action. Man, I'm thinking about this boy, man. Y'all don't understand. Every time he's not maximizing his dash. This man had a great opportunity to do whatever. What you gonna do with the 200 million? You can just buy so many cars. You can just buy so many. Man, Bill Gates and them giving way more money than you making every day. It's people giving way too many, 200 million a year, $200 million a day, right? And you around here bragging. You're not maximizing your dash. You're not maximizing your moments, young man. It's just, why don't you shock us from being regular? Don't be regular. See, are we alive? Or are we just alive? Are we alive? Or are we alive and we living? What are we chasing? And it was tonight, the Magic and the Celtics. Celtics 1-0. The Heat and Cavaliers up one. The Cavaliers up 1-0. And the Rockets and the Warriors tonight. Got us on at 8:30 again, late game. But let's maximize our dash. Houston Rockets, Jalen Green, you got to maximize your moments tonight. A long life is not good enough, y'all, but a good life is long enough. Let's think about Kobe. That man said, I'm not a superstar. I'm a super dad. How do I become better than I was yesterday? Jalen Green, 7 points in the finals. You was playing hard, though. You didn't give up. You was playing hard. That's why I can't get mad at you. You was going at them. You didn't have the smarts. See, this game is just not about physical brute strength. You got to be able to maneuver yourself around this thing, man. Was thinking about something. Was thinking about this young man. I was at I think I was in a rental car. And I plugged my phone up to the phone, up to the device, plugged it up. And big sign up there saying, do you trust this device? Because a trusted device has access to your videos, your call log, your contacts, content, not to mention your text message. And your caller history immediately appears on the dashboard. I quickly hit the button, said, do not trust. I didn't know who might have my information later. You know what I'm saying? And so many of us has plugged into people before finding out whether they can be trusted or not. Shannon Sharp. Boy, I hope y'all got that one. I got an analogy. What, Brandon? I didn't know who gonna be in this car after me. I ain't never been in this car. My last 5 calls was on the screen. They folks had all my information. I unplugged it. I said, do not trust. For many of us, have plugged into people before we find out whether they can be trusted or not. And, ladies and gentlemen, because you allowed them to plug in, they are able to glean some of your vision. Can't let these folks around here get too close to you. They start using your name. Read some of your thoughts. Download pieces of your heart. See, when you own stuff, nobody can try to bargain with your name. You got to, whatever you want to do, you got to put it out so nobody can hold it up. You want to disarm the enemy with transparency. Because you're not who you used to be. If you done did something, own it. Don't lease it. That way you will never have to sell out. I remember Bill Clinton. They was talking about the reason people cheat. Talking about loss of interest, insecurity, overcompensation, lust, and lack of discipline. You know what Bill Clinton said when he got caught? He said, because he could. Shannon Sharp did that. Whatever happened with this girl, I don't know. I promise you, I don't think he raped her. I just don't. But if she said no, even that time, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, Shannon Sharp, the real strength in your manhood is when you can and you don't. The real strength of your manhood is when you can and you don't. Boy, I know I'm hitting somebody. Oh boy. Ladies and gentlemen, these Houston Rockets, I was sitting here thinking about this daunting task that they have against us, up against them tonight. After, most of them never being in the playoffs before. And they up against Stephon Curry and Jimmy Butler. And I was just thinking about it. Who y'all think takes this game tonight? Paul said, we have started playing taps on the Houston Rockets. I don't think so yet. I think Houston gonna win this game tonight. I really do, Paul. I really, really do. I really do think them. I'm just sitting here thinking about what happened the other night. What did they play, Sunday? Let's go to that game. Damn, look how many days. Look how many days they had off. So I always I look at the assists. How many assists did they have? Golden State had 20 assists. The Rockets had 19. That means the ball was moving. Tell me what they can do tonight, Freight, that'll change this thing. Freight, talk to me. Tell me. Don't waste my time. I was just thinking about Shannon Sharp. Time. Shannon Sharp. Then Stephen A. Smith come on and had some, he have a little show at night. He came on talking about the situation. I haven't heard it yet. Slow down Steph. How do you slow down Steph? How do you slow down a guy that's shooting the ball as you turn half court? I mean, how do you slow him down? Talked to some people the other day, told them, we need to do something. We need to do this. We got to do this. Somebody, they told me, they said, I'll get to it when I can. I'm going to give y'all this and then I'm going to get out of here. Do not waste my time, Dan Moody. That man said, slow down, Steph. He said, question mark. How? And I hope y'all feel like this. When I went to that movie last night, I didn't waste my time at the movie last night. I gained something. I learned something. I learned something about Ryan Coogler. I learned something about how women see stuff that men don't see. But the guy told me, I know me and this business relationship, this project we're doing on, he ain't gonna be on it long. I already know, because he said, I get with it to it when I can. I didn't say nothing, so because I needed his experts. I'm trying to find somebody that I can replace him with. Because this guy named Peter, I think Ducker, once said, you cannot manage time. You can only manage yourself. See, there is one area in your life where self-discipline is more important than the way you manage your time. That's why I know I don't take it for granted when y'all take the time out of coming on this show. I don't take it for granted. Because time management is the core discipline that largely take your quality of life. The time you put in school, the time you put in study, the time the time you didn't go to class, the time, it determines your quality of life. Time in itself is really perishable. That is moving. Somebody just send me some. Shout out to Amira Boone, my partner's daughter. She's going to LSU. I think she's going to play volleyball at LSU. Major in business management. I don't know if she's going to play volleyball or not. She just wanted to go to LSU. I don't know if she's going to play volleyball or not, but she's a great, great volleyball player. But she's going to LSU. Shout out to her. She's going to the Slave Economic Conference. But if she happy, I'm happy. But she got to be able to manage her time. Remember I said time in itself is perishable, which means, did y'all know time can't be saved? That is moving. Time can't be saved. It's perishable. Time is irreplaceable. I cannot exchange it for nothing else. I can't even compare it to nothing else. Y'all think about it. Not the weekend. Think about it until tomorrow. Time is irretrievable. Once it's gone, I can't call it back. Time is indispensable. You can't save it. All you can do is spend it. Tell me what you think. You disagree? Tell me. Tell me about time. That's why I try to give y'all something. Because y'all spending time with me. Can't save time. All achievements, all results, all success requires time. The Rockets got 48 minutes time to get a win tonight. Or they go down 0-2. Do you have the power to reallocate your time? You do. You can reallocate it so that you're able to discern what is the high value and what is the low value. Most valuable thing you can tell your kids when they're going off to college, man. Time management is the core of the ability to choose a sequence of events. You have to have the authority over time. I wish somebody had told me this, my young people, when I was in school, in high school. Nobody never told me this. To choose to do with it first or what you are going to do with it at all. You got the authority to choose what you want to do with it first or what you're going to do with it at all. What's his name? Mike Murdoch said, watch this. Poverty is the picture of poor time management. Chef Curry got time today. Absolutely. Think about it. Think about it in your life. Just go back and think about something about time. Paul, we got 8 minutes, but I think I owe you 7. I got time today. The man said, Mike Murdoch said, the poverty is the picture of poor time management. He said most people in poverty you never see wearing a watch. Because they don't value time. Man, Troy Weaver, man. Somebody really like him. Somebody really like him. I'm gonna get back to time, but I just popped up. Troy Weaver is the senior vice president of the New Orleans Pelicans. Oh my God, he's getting hired to get fired. Everybody getting that job get fired. Troy Weaver be getting fired 1,000 times. He was he was over there with Sam Preston them over there. He said green for 30. Let Steph do what he do. Contain Jimmy equals a W. Okay, man. The way that did hit some of them shots the other night, man, dude ain't giving away any games they had. The Warriors can actually win this. Oh, the Warriors can win the championship. Absolutely. Absolutely. When you got 3 guys like that, you can absolutely win a championship. Paul, you're absolutely right. But I'm talking about Troy Weaver. He's a brother. But everywhere you go, like he was winning. Wait a minute. He was assistant for Sam Presti at Oklahoma City. Then I think he got the job. Then he went to Detroit. He got fired up there to Detroit. Now he left, they winning. Then he went to Washington, was losing. And now he finna go over there. Troy Weaver, boy, a lot of people like him. I know some people know him. I don't know him, but I want to meet you, dude. This summer, I'm coming to meet you. I'm coming to Vegas just to meet you. I want to see how can you just keep losing and keep going to franchise, keep losing, and you keep getting a job. Somebody like that guy, y'all. Somebody, ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But we get back to time. What was it? Oh, we was talking about people in poverty that don't wear a watch because they don't value time. He said, Troy Weaver in a bad situation. Why can't the Pelicans win? They get players right. I think the ownership is terrible, Paul. I think the ownership is terrible. They don't spend enough time with it. See, the people who run in the football team, the Saints, they own that. So I think they spend too much time with the Saints and not putting enough resources into. This on one of the only stadiums, one of the few stadiums around. Their stadium don't have an MRI machine inside the facility. How much? I know it costs a lot, but come on. You own a basketball team. There's no place you can have an MRI machine inside. They had to go up. Let me leave it alone. But we was talking about time. They said, what he said? You can tell the value that somebody has to you by the amount of time they're willing to invest in it. What value do you put in time? What value you put time in? Don't tell me your goals if you don't spend time on them. Please don't tell me you want to be with them, but you can't find time to be with them. A lot of people, y'all, a lot of people spend more time with the things that are in their garage than the things that are in their head. Oh my goodness. Is this the best use of my time? Find the discipline. Set the priorities, my young people. You have to consciously and deliberately select the most valuable and important things that you want to achieve. And I'm challenging you today, in the beginning of this summer, that you begin to set your mind on what will receive your time for the rest of the year. I'm doing it. Ask yourself, is this the best use of my time? Before you answer that, call. Is it worth my time? Before you accept that date, before you answer that call, is this worth my time? Before you accept that date, is this worth my time? Before you watch another show on Netflix, is this the best use of my time? I want to introduce you to a word that I just discovered a few years back. And I'm going to share it with y'all. It's a word I want you to treasure, Paul Miranda. And I want you to cuddle it for the rest of the summer. Most of us are used to the word, watch this, priority. But they got another word called posteriority. Posteriority. Priority is something that you do more of or sooner. But posteriority is the quality or state of being later or subsequent. Woo! Something I do less of and later. Posteriority. Something I do less of later and later. I do less of it and later. Instead of priority, stuff that I do more and sooner, it's something that I do less and later. It's going to help you out. It's going to help you out. Before you embark on your next task, you must abandon an old task. That's my thesis statement. And I want you to have it. Before you go after a new assignment, you are going to have to divorce your old assignment. Get into something new requires you to get out of something. Oh my God. You are about to sit, to come into something new, but you keep holding it up because you won't release what's old. It is time in this season right here for selective abandonment. I'm not going to give up, but I'm giving up on that. Wow, that's a good one. Learn your ABCs or relearn them. Relearn your ABCs. I know y'all said this boy crazy. I told y'all got a few more minutes. A, what I must do, and there is a serious consequence for non-completion. That's A. The things you must do, and there are a serious consequence for non-completion. If you got a court date, you got to be there because it's a serious consequence for not completing it. That what I should do. So it's what I must do, A. B, what I should do. There is a mild consequence for doing it or not doing it. If I don't get it done, it's all right. If I get it done, it's okay. It ain't gonna change my life. That's B. Relearn your ABC. C, it's nice to do. There's no consequence for my doing it or not doing it. D, what do I delegate to others? What do I delegate others to do? You're doing everything is poor time management. Jesus had all the power. Why were the disciples necessary? You have to learn how to delegate even when you know how to do it. That's going to free some of y'all up right there. E, how many minutes I got? I'm looking at. It's what I eliminate doing. I discontinue all tasks, all activities, all interactions that are no longer essential to what I'm trying to achieve. Like that one. I got to line it up. Does this match to where I'm trying to go? Is this toll booth a detour? I've got to review the list before I work out of the house. I got to review the list before I even walk out of the house. Before I even go on social media. Before I pick up the phone. I got to really figure out, is this a must do? Is this a should do? Is this a nice thing to do? Is this something that I can delegate to do? Is this something that I have to eliminate doing? Every time I pick up this phone. Does this match where I'm trying to go? See, I left 7 minutes early yesterday. That's why I'm giving y'all this 7 minutes again. I got to really figure it out before I pick up that phone. Does this match where I'm trying to go? The law of forced efficiency says that there is never enough time to do everything, but there is always time to do what's important. You have wasted so much time from now discerning what must, what must we be done, what should be done, what's nice to be done, what need to be delegated to be done, what needs to be eliminated from doing. Wow. We got to figure it out. Do I abandon this assignment for what you might think is an emergency? I got to stop what I'm doing. No. But ladies and gentlemen, I had to give you that today. It's Women Rock Wednesday. I always try to give you something like that. Wow. Transfer portal is closed. Nope, you can't get in it. Transfer portal after the day. So I'll see y'all later. We might have some people going somewhere to me, signing again tomorrow. So, but I think Jimmy is today. I think they have it. He sent me a note. Y'all, he's working on, because I don't keep up with this stuff. I know I don't, y'all. He said, I'm working on the schedule for the Pearland Classic. They got 160 teams. Shout out to the Pearland Classic. Is the Pearland Classic gonna still be in Pearland? Because somebody asked me that question. The Pearland Classic, is it still in Pearland? So when is the Pearland? I don't even know when it is. See, I don't keep up with this stuff. Anybody know? He said, if you show me a person doing well, I will tell you time is on his side. Yes, it is. Oh, Denzel Washington said this. He said, if you show me a person doing well, I'll tell you that time is on his side. Yes, it is. Oh, okay. Thank you, James Amaro. Appreciate that, baby. Time is on his side. I'm out. I'll see y'all on tomorrow. Pearland Classic. Maybe I'll know a little bit more about it tomorrow. Bye.
Jim Hicks. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up. It's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. We live.